One thing that really sucks is that we're never going to be able to get out of DC what we got with the MCU. At least maybe not until 2 decades later when they get new actors and there's been enough time that's passed where they try again. You know what I mean? But as of now, it just sucks we can't get a good DC cinematic universe. And that's particularly saddening because DC has storylines I really prefer over Marvel. Like, DC has some crazy shit I would love to see on the big screen, but I don't know if they'll be able to do it before I'm like goddamn 40, you know? Like, based off the last reports that I saw, DC they're still wanting to go ahead with the Flashpoint idea to wipe everything, but they haven't started filming, so that could still be subject to change. Well, I want them to do what Zack was originally kind of like hinting at. They were kind of gonna do a cinematic version of Injustice, which would have been really cool to see in the cinemas, live action. That's the main thing I want them to do. I want them to do a lot of those like Batman stories, live action, like imagine a live action Red Hood, live action Batman Beyond. The thing that really sucks about that Wonder Woman sequel is prior to that, the last 3 like mainline movies that they did were good. Like Wonder Woman 1 was good, Aquaman was good, Shazam was good. So like, oh man, DC's really picking it up, you know? And then 84. Unpopular opinion, well, not really an opinion because it's more so just a true statement. I liked Man of Steel. When Man of Steel came out and everyone was like, oh my god, that movie was crap, I was like, wait, what? Like, it actually surprised me that people didn't like the movie. Because when I left the theater after watching Man of Steel, I was like, man, that was good. Like, I really enjoyed that. And then I go online and everyone's like, that movie was dog shit. I'm like, what? I usually don't have the unpopular movie opinions like that, but that's one time that I did. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Pattinson Batman is going to turn out. Ben Affleck. It sucks he's not going to get his solo movie like they told him he would. But I wasn't crazy about him anyways. I didn't think he was bad. I just thought he was like so-so. Did a very Ben Affleck Batman. Dumb moment I caught in Wonder Woman? I can't remember which one you're talking about, but I can just go down the list of just dumbassery that happened in that movie. The whole Cheetah character made no sense, the way they did her, which sucks because I actually like Cheetah. It made no sense because she got 2 wishes. Yeah, the biggest problem with Wonder Woman 80, the biggest problem with that movie though, is the way they did Trevor coming back. It made no sense. Like, instead of like Diana wished for Trevor to come back, right? Instead of just bringing him back as he was, they decided to write it to where his spirit, his soul, takes over the body of another just innocent, unrelated person. And then Diana fucking fucks him and does illegal shit with him in this other guy's body. So as far as the rest of society knows, that person is that guy. But she has sex with some dude's body who can't fucking consent to it because his body got taken over by him for some reason, and then she steals a fucking jet with him. And the movie doesn't acknowledge it at all. The movie doesn't acknowledge the fact that it's kind of weird that she's doing these things with some guy that neither of them know. Like, it's kind of disturbing. Yeah, and not everyone's gonna take back their wish, for one. 2, Maxwell was only speaking in English. So how were people around the world, how's everyone around the world making wishes because a man speaking English was telling them to? Not everyone's gonna understand what he was saying. On top of that, that's also under the implication that every wish made was bad or like super selfish or something, right? What if someone just wished that their cancer was gone? And one of the voices, because they you know, had a bunch of voices of people like wishing things. Like, I remember one of the wishes that they had audible in that movie was like, I wish my dad would respect me. It's like, what's wrong with that type of wish? Why does he have to renounce that wish? Yeah, and then the lasso of truth has radio powers for some reason. That didn't make any sense. When Wonder Woman learns how to fly, in the very next scene, she's lassoing lightning. Why was she lassoing lightning if she just learned how to fly? There was a lot wrong with that movie. That movie had a lot of reshoots, and it seems like it went through multiple editors and, you know, a bunch of editing. And there's just some scenes that either felt like they were missing, or some scenes where it's like they should have been taken out, and those two scenes should have been connected because it would have made more sense that way, right? It made no sense. It made no sense. The robbers in the beginning at the mall. One thing that didn't make sense about that opening scene was that she bags two of the robbers, and then she just like jumps up to like another platform, and then she gets the other two. But the movie never shows that she even knew that those two were involved. Those two didn't even really do anything. They were sitting there like watching the other two robbers get beat the fuck up by her. And then she just turns around and jumps to these other two people that are just seemingly random, and then she beats them up too. And it's like, wait, what? Like, she didn't know they were in on it. That's one of the worst directed movies of like the past year and a half, 2 years, honestly. Probably worse than Rise of Skywalker. Another big problem with the movie is like for the most of the movie, she's like losing her powers, but it's really hard for the audience to tell just how vulnerable she is, or like just how much weaker she is. Like her power level while she's losing her powers, it's not made clear, you know, it's not made apparent. Because one moment she gets punched by a guy and it actually hurts, but then the next moment she like kicks a truck away. So it's like, you know, it's like where are her powers? Like where's the level at right now? You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like one moment she's really vulnerable, but then she does something where I'm like, well, that seems like something she could normally do anyways. So where is this losing powers thing, you know?
How would you like to help me deal the next generation of super weapons to the world?
The weapons of tomorrow.
I've already made quite a few of these dandy little toys. Do you really want to be the only ones without my kind of firepower?
Terrorizing our cities today.
Officers down. We got a big problem here.
Now, to protect those who can't fight back.
Gang still messing with him?
Worse than ever.
This
One man
feels like a
stands up for
parody.
the people.
This doesn't even feel like a professionally filmed trailer.
Got you, friend.
What exactly am I supposed to be doing here?
We make our own kind of weapons to take out the ones in the streets. To stop an enemy without hurting them.
And become a new breed of hero.
It might get a little dangerous.
I laugh at danger.
I boogie around danger like a soul-trained dancer.
With a will of iron, a heart of gold, and a body of steel.
It's hammer time.
What a magnetic personality.
Well, you gotta admit, the guy's got style.
Just shoot him in his face, like shoot him in his mouth where there's no fucking armor.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Where'd he go? The Batcave?
Steel.
Man, I could be Robin.
You wanna know what you can do to help?
What? Anything.
Don't tell Grandma.
That's why I really didn't want to watch that. Thanks a lot, War. My Life. Movie night, that shit, though. I can't. My life is now worse for having seen that trailer. Like, the quality of my life has actually plummeted because I have watched that trailer. I wasn't paying attention, Zyphos. I don't fucking know. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny or exaggerate, but I've seen high schooler editing and cinematography, honestly, but that's better than that trailer.